Pit road report from Matt Yoakum.
Bills are closing in on the next round of pit stops. Now the spotters, especially in the 48 pit of Johnson and the 01 of Mark Martin, they will remind their drivers about their pit board signs. Now Mark Martin said in the pace laps, the signs all look illuminated except for the 01, the 45, and the 48 due to the shadows. Johnson, he had to slow down.
And that was, see that coming. As loose as Montoya was, and the 29 was right up next to him, and I think Montoya got loose and got right up into Kevin Harvick, and Harvick slams the wall hard.
Harvick won the Daytona 500 here in February. Clearly slowing on the track. Another look.
Hit the wall a ton.
Yeah, watch the 42 car comes up, and he just slides into Harvick and puts Harvick in the wall.
And you heard Kevin right there before we went to replay. I hit the wall a ton, and I'm going to tell you, that is a ton. You don't realize how hard you hit the wall. You see it correct, and bang, right there. It moves the rear end to the left. It moves, it takes all the camber out of the right front, just stands the right front tire up. There's a lot of damage to that car. He's going to have to come in, or this thing's going to, you got massive tire rub here besides his other problems.
This is on board with Carl Edwards. See Harvick's car in front of him. He did a nice job hanging on to that, but you can see the subsequent damage. Harvick trying to slow, get below the rest of the traffic and get back to pit road.
I was just going to say, that tire's coming apart right now, and that's not going to be good for anybody.
But the caution comes out.
Caution's out, caution's out.
Caution's out. Now, if he can get in and get this thing changed and get back out, then it's good for Kevin Harvick, but it's not good for long term. It's not, because it's going to tear this thing all to pieces.
Yeah, I
you
was
see
going to
the
say,
tire
if he
coming
can do
apart
it
right there.
before it takes the right front fender off.
That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
So the caution is out.
Right side tires, guys. Just put right side tires on it for now.
And this is Harvick after he's hit the wall once.
Yeah, it just won't turn.
And another look in real time. See him scrape the wall. Caution out. Scott Riggs will be the lucky dog. He will come around and be on the lead lap now.
And, you know, we talk about giving, look at that thing blow out right when he jumps on the gas or on the brakes right there. But you talk about drivers and giving them pep talks. How optimistic is Kevin Harvick? Just give me right side tires, guys. Just give me right side tires. Because that's what you want to believe. You want to believe all I need to do is put these tires on. He'll have to obviously come back in and they'll work on this thing a little bit, but he's got to have some suspension damage in there somewhere along with the body damage that this thing has.
Matt.
Bill right now just trying to compartmentalize the anger over the incident on the racetrack. 2 tires this time. You can see they're looking over the right side. The game plan is just to put right side tires on now, go out, come back in. You can see that right front still smoking. Try to work on the fender rubs.
Yeah, I think they wanted to make sure, too, by just putting 2 tires on, they didn't want to go a lap down because the field was almost 3/4 of a lap behind them.
Tony Raines has come back out. He's 36 laps down. The field coming down pit road. Ralph Shaheen.
Well, we're going to watch as our triple split comes up on the screen. We're going to take a look at the number 2 of Kurt Busch. He comes in. The car's been a little bit tight on the bottom. The gearing isn't right. They're going to go a half round up on the track bar and take a half pound out of each rear, Matt.
Jimmy Johnson tight in the center of the corner off. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. Ron Mallett, the interim crew chief, making the adjustment. Small air pressure change as well. Marty?
Clint Boyer, your leader, comes to pit road. They pull off the left side tires for the first time today. No changes on the chassis. He was a little bit concerned about his passenger side tear-offs. They were bunched up a little bit. That's hurting his vision, Lindsay.
And Marty, Matt Kent is a little bit slow getting off pit road. He said, I'm very loose, do whatever you can. They gave him a track bar adjustment, 4 tires, and fuel. Bill?
Thanks, Lindsay. This portion of NASCAR on TNT's Wide Open coverage is brought to you by Ford. Matt Kenseth in the 17 off of pit road. 58 laps are complete here in the Pepsi 400. Take a local cable operator break, then we'll come back. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. Back to Daytona in 90 seconds. National Speedway for the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. Under caution, 59 laps are complete. Ford and NASCAR have a long, rich history. At Ford, there is a little bit of racing in everything they do.
At Ford, Racing has been embedded in our DNA. That heritage extends to Henry Ford himself and a race in 1901 that many call the race that changed the world.
My great-grandfather Henry Ford won his first and only race in sweepstakes. I believe that the DNA of racing started in October of 1901 and it continues to modern day. Sweepstakes was the vehicle that really catapulted Ford and Henry Ford into the Ford Motor Company.
That spirit of racing is still here today, as some of the best drivers in the world of racing are invited to Ford World Headquarters to celebrate.
Ford Motor Company, good to be here.
The day begins with a special visit from the namesake of Ford and continues with a meet and greet with the true heart and soul of the Ford family, its employees. From there, it's on to the proving grounds, the Dearborn Development Center, where racing's finest are truly put to the test.
Y'all tell my mom I love her.
Here, the precision and performance of Ford's newest creations will be judged by some of the toughest critics.
The foundation of Ford is based on performance of its cars on the road and its cars on racetracks.
What I like about Ford racing is their roots. It's about motorsports, and that's what it's all about.
We all love to drive cars, you know, and they have all these new products, and we're driving them all around, and they're asking us for our input.
So this is just fun to come out here and drive these cool cars.
It's a bad hot rod. Have to give old Shelby a big old kiss.
Think you're at Darlington, you're up by the wall, you know, that edge, you can put it over the edge. That's the most fun I had out here today.
Man, the Fusion's unbelievable. The all-wheel drive, it just handles so good. God, it's fun to drive.
It's just neat to come in, mingle, and drive all the new products that are out there.
I can't wait to get back and go out there. I'll see you guys later.
When you get a pro driver driving a car that's made for everybody, excited, we've done our job. And we're going to continue doing our job.
At Ford, there is a little bit of racing in everything we do. That is how it started, how it is now, and how it will be.
Carl Edwards, the highest running Ford at this point. He's in the 6th position behind Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Ryan Newman, Casey Mears, the top 5. An update on Kevin Harvick's issues from Mr. Yoakum.
Bill, the day has taken another turn for the worse for Kevin Harvick. His spotter, Billy O'Day, said they still had a tire rub. They brought him back down pit road. They were working on it. Todd Berrier said, look, let's fix it and fix it right. If we go down a lap, which they have, we will. Right now, they're still trying to work on the cosmetic damage to that right front corner of the guy who won the Daytona 500 back in February.
That's right, Matt was going for the Daytona sweep here in 2007. Will not happen this year. Field less than half a lap from going back to green. There are 36 cars scored on the lead lap, but Harvick is about to get bumped off of the lead lap. Bobby Labonte scored in the 35th position. Again, among the cars, several laps down. Elliott Sadler, 8 laps down. Dale Earnhardt Jr. off the track, 23 laps down. Tony Stewart is 34 laps down. Denny Hamlin, 47 laps down. Same for Reed Sorensen, all involved in contact earlier in the race.